Hey, this is Chris Poff, and I wanted to welcome you to Realtor Marketing.Biz. We're here for you, and I want to give you a little bit of a welcome. If you need to know more about me, you can hit the About button on the website. But if you're anything like me, you get a little bit overwhelmed with the current state of the real estate market and the economy. You're starting to feel like a target, probably. All these guys have basically taken their billion dollar bonuses at the top. Our tax dollars have bailed out the banks and Wall Street, and now the banks refuse to lend, and they leave the economy, especially the real estate economy, just devastated and just in shambles, and they don't seem to be doing anything about it. So my advice to you is that you can't wait for a bailout. There is not a bailout coming for the person down below. Any of the small business entrepreneurs, there isn't going to be a bailout. We have to bail ourselves out. So what do? What you need to do to explode your income in what some are calling the Second Great Depression, and rather than play the violin and cry about how the guys up at the top screwed us over and created this huge economic financial catastrophe, what you need to do is take action. You need to take drastic, consistent action. And what that means is you need to master the latest real estate marketing and lead generation techniques. Your goal is to master the latest traditional online real estate marketing tools, and when I say that, I say yes, online. Bill Gates says if you aren't doing business on the internet, you're going out of business. So why online? Well, if you aren't online, you're going to suffer the frustration of watching those that are doing business online taking all of your business. So you can throw the dice and hope that you're going to cash in on some of the gold, but right now, with things as competitive and tight as they are, if you aren't online, you're missing out on a ton of business. So if you plan to explode your real estate business, you need kick-butt realtor marketing tools. Example, branding yourself. Now, in traditional real estate, you threw up a bricks and mortar office and you had your little sign out front and you were local and people walked in off the street and they said, I'm thinking about buying a house, I'm thinking about selling a house. Well, guess what? It doesn't work that way on the internet. The internet has, 100 million surfers at any given time, but not all of them are surfing for your product or your service. So you have to brand yourself, and you really have to think about that. In other words, you're not just a real estate agent. Are you a real estate agent in a certain city? Do you specialize in foreclosures, short sales? Are you a buyer's agent? Are you a listing agent? Those are the kind of things that you need to answer before you get yourself a website and do anything online. And let me just give you an example of this. Now here is our good buddies, Century 21. And nothing against them. They're very powerful company. But their website, their general overall website for the corporate website is very high-end, very expensive website, plenty of flash and all sorts of bells and whistles, but it's also very busy. They've already branded themselves years ago as Century 21, so they don't have to brand themselves, and people think real estate, but this website is so general and tries to cover so many bases that you get lost. You don't know what you're looking for, you can't find what you're looking for. So let me show you an example of a website that brands you exactly as who you are. This is a website we put together a while back, and it is called Buying Florida Property. And why did we call it Buying Florida Property? Because when you check keyword searches, when you check for what people are searching for, there were a ton of searches for buying Florida property, and that was what we specialize in, especially vacation homes. So we did a very simple but very, very catchy, because you got to get their attention in 1 to 3 seconds. Very catchy and just a call to action. Enter here. So they enter there, and boom, they've got all sorts of good information: investing in Florida real estate, new construction, vacation home rentals, search for properties. So it's all right here, but it's very specific. We branded ourselves. We don't want to sell property in California. We're in Florida selling Florida vacation homes, and that's how we branded ourselves: Buying Florida Property. So that's a huge difference and gives you a significant leg up on a lot of the competition if you understand that. Step 2. You have to give greater perceived value than your competition. And again, back to the Buying Florida Property. Who do you think they're going to call? Somebody that specializes in what they were looking for, which is Florida property, or somebody whose name, and not using Century 21, but anybody's name, Joe Blow Real Estate. Well, that doesn't say anything. All that tells you is, oh, that's somebody that owns some real estate brokerage office. What we did was branded ourselves with a proper domain, with that name, Buying Florida Property. And so we get some free searches out of that because people just plug in Buying Florida Property and our name comes up pretty easily. So secondly, giving greater perceived value. You go to one site and it's all, kind of a stuffy brochure type site where, well, this is what we do and this is how we do it and here's for listings and here's, well, that doesn't give very good perceived value. What you want to do is meet their questions, answer their questions, tell them how to buy property, tell them what's going on with the state of the market, investing in Florida real estate. We're giving more perceived value, and in return, we get a ton of phone calls because we give good information. It used to be you didn't give that stuff away, not until they signed up, and they better sign up to buy a house or to list a house with you. It doesn't work that way on the internet. You've got to prove to them. You got to give them perceived value so that they can say, oh, what, those guys really know their stuff. So greater perceived value than your competition. Example 3, you need to master online realtor marketing weapons. And I'm just going to go over a couple. We have a ton of them at our fingertips, way more than traditional, but we also use traditional marketing methods too. But just some examples. You have press releases traditionally, you got press releases online. You have magazines you can run ads in, you got magazines, e-zines they call them, online. You can write articles, whatever. But one of the really powerful tools that we teach right now is quick video marketing. And one of my joint venture partners, this is his YouTube channel. When you put in he sells homes near Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Well, guess what? When you put in the term Poplar Bluff Homes, who comes up? This is him right here, and he dominates that page because he really caught on to quick video marketing. So who do you think they're going to call? If somebody's on YouTube and there's starting to be more and more searches using YouTube, rather than have to read text, people are just listening to a video and watching a video. It's more entertaining. So who do you think they're going to call if they're in Poplar Bluff looking for a home, looking to sell their home or looking to buy a home? They're going to call the guy that's on the first page and dominates that page. So these are just a few of the techniques we teach, a few of the online realtor marketing weapons that you'll learn if you get involved with us with RealtorMarketing.biz. The internet is by far the greatest opportunity I have ever seen in my lifetime. It can afford you, it can allow you to earn that Lamborghini or that Ferrari, but you have to master it. You have to embrace and master the online marketing. And you can learn that through RealtorMarketing.biz.